Update 9.1, very simply put, has destroyed the balance of Tier 10. It has annihilated my fun that I personally had in the game before Update 9.1. It has made teams suck a lot more than they used to. And in today's video, I'll be explaining everything you need to know. Now, how has Update 9.1 destroyed the game? Well, for the past couple of months, if you've been watching my live streams, or you've just been watching me play in general, I guess it would have to be live streams, but if you've been watching me play, I have specifically noted that for some reason, in the past couple of months, the teams have felt a lot worse. I'm a really good player, and that's not being egotistical. It's just I average 75% win rate. I go like 3,600 damage on a month. That's good for me. So when I train this game, I'm one of the top players on the NA server. And I actually thought I was going delusional to the teams getting worse because I couldn't come up with a reason to how all of a sudden it just seems like battles are ending faster, teams are falling apart quicker than they ever have before. And then today, it dawned on me. I have been playing the Concept 1B. I played about 100 battles in it over the past couple of days, and I've been getting increasingly angry with the tank because I cannot win in it. Like, the Concept 1B is one of the best tier 10s for being a hull down heavy. It's got gun depression, it's got DPM, it's got accuracy. The Concept, as many of you know, is literally the best of almost all worlds when it comes to a heavy. But you know what it doesn't have? A clip. And that is what I dawned on today. As you can see statistically, my T57 Heavy has a 79% win rate today. In fact, you can see I've played all the battles for the past, I don't know, hour solo in my 57 Heavy. And every single one of these games, as you can see, is solo. Not one of them's in a platoon. I have averaged 3,600 damage in the tank, not even trying, and at the same time, 80% win rate. And yet my Concept 1B, while in platoon, tryharding with another Concept 1B, is 70%. Why is that the case? And I figured it out. It's because autoloaders, every single one, has been buffed in Update 9.1. The only autoloader that you can make an argument to not being buffed was the AIM-X50B. But the AIM-X50B got an extra shell, arguably making it deadlier than it previously was, as long as you do pen all the shells. But even with the AIM-X50B aside, M6 shell. It got shell reload boost, and as well it got reticle Cali. So if you're running the 2-shot, now you have more accuracy. If you're running the 3-shot, heck, you've got 3,400 damage per minute effective for that minute of shooting. The T57 Heavy. Its dispersion got nerfed. Oh no, boo-hoo. Instead, let's buff its turret armor, let's give it an extra 100 DPM, and let's give it shell reload boost, giving it effectively 3,400 DPM. How do you counter a tank that deals 1,200 damage in 3.5 seconds? The answer is, you don't. Let's see what else got changed as an autoloader in Update 9.1. Oh, the cron, you know, just a second and a half off its clipping time. That's not going to help it at all. Or is it a second? Either way, the cron went from 7 seconds or so on its intraclip down to 6, which makes it a heck of a lot deadlier. It went from being a non-existent comp tank to literally the most used comp tank right up next to the Type 71. The 4005 deals 1,640 damage. Previously, it dealt 1,300. Now it deals 1,640, and it's still got to keep its shell reload boost. Plus, it has a faster intraclip now, which means it can get all that damage out in a matter of maybe 4.5 seconds. TVP 5051, Update 9.1, now is a 1.5 second intraclip, has the ability to take 1,240 hit points off of you in a matter of literally 4.5 seconds while having Leopard 1 mobility, good gun depression, troll armor. Oh my god. I mean, if you think about it, every single autoloader was buffed. Why would I drive a Concept 1B when I can drive a Yo that has more DPM, it's got faster damage output because it's an autoloader, the fact that it's harder to push on because it's an autoloader, it's got gun depression, it's got mobility. Why would I do it? Oh yeah, I also forgot the Bat Chat got a buff. The Bat Chat now sits at 3,000 DPM, plus it got shell reload boost, which means 3,400 effective DPM again. Every single autoloader was buffed in Update 9.1. Now don't get me wrong, there are some tanks that are still stupid strong after the update. For example, the E100's got alpha, so it can outtrade opponents. For example, you know, the E6 has really good DPM, really good mobility, it's got gun depression. The Badger is one of the dumbest tanks after Update 9.1 because of its DPM. I believe this is the best tank in Tier 10. But that's not the problem. The problem that I've realized is that basically autoloaders are just dominating teams. If you are in an autoloader, you have every advantage over a single shot vehicle. Because, for example, a Concept 1B, right? If you're in a Concept and you deal 380 damage to T100 LT, if I was in a T57 Heavy, I could have put on Shell Reload Boost and dealt 1200 damage, crippling that player and destroying his ability to do anything later in the battle. When you drive a tank like the Concept, if you get YOLO'd by an autoloader, guess what? You lose 1200 health, and you only deal 380 back. And half the time, those autoloaders get away with it. Even if you bring a 57 Heavy, let's say down to 500 hit points, guess what? That player still has the ability to tunnel you and take another 1200 off whenever he wants later. That's as simple as it gets. I have realized that after update 9.1, games have been ending faster because autoloaders deal more damage. They have more damage per minute. Your team is getting literally sacked by autoloaders, and then your game's over, and you're like, wow, that was real fun. Glad I played that battle. And that's as simple as it is. Every time I play an autoloader, I do well. Flossie and I play M6Yos, we go 80-90%. Flossie and I play 57 Heavies, we go 80-90%. Flossie plays the Concept 1B, we struggle to go 75%. And it's very simple. It's because autoloaders are just way more punishing, and they have every advantage over vehicles that aren't autoloaders. Again, why should I drive a Concept when I can drive a Kron? The Concept has an impenetrable turret, so does the Kron. The Concept has 2,800 DPM, which is good, and the Kron has 3,000 DPM if it's able to get its clip out and then shoot as a single shot. So basically, they have the same effective DPM for that minute. And by the way, the healthiest tank in the game is a Mouse at 3,000 hit points. So effectively, you can kill any tank in front of you as fast as a Concept would kill in front of you. Which means that, in reality, why would I drive a Concept 1B when I can drive a Concept that's able to store 2 more shells, have better heat penetration, and as well have an ability to back up faster because of its super speed boost? Autoloaders have literally every advantage over non-autoloaders. It didn't used to be like this. Autoloaders used to be balanced previously. Sure, 57s were strong, but before the 57 got PBR, its armor wasn't good at all, and it didn't have Shell Reload Boost. And it didn't have a Troll turret nearly as good. Now, the 57 Heavy has all 3 of those. Watch this. Type 71, 1000 health. 1, 2, 3. There you go. 1000 health tank. Just got brought down to 0. Let's pretend I was in a Concept in that situation. I would have done 380 damage, and he would have gotten away. And that's it. He would have gotten away. And that's as simple as it is. The Concepts, and the reason I'm bringing up the Concept so much is because I've played it a lot, and I've realized that's the problem. It's not the teams, it's the fact that autoloaders are just so much better than non-autoloaders. So I'm just going to start playing really only autoloaders in Blitz nowadays. I'm going to play the Kron, I'm going to play the M6Yo. I've realized that there's no point to touch a vehicle like the Concept when I can play this tank and do that right there. I just dealt 4,860 or 43 damage this battle, but actually I had 1 more shell, so I did 5,200 damage this game because I blind shot that leopard. 5,200 damage. If I was in this exact situation, but it was a Concept, honestly, we might have even lost. I'm not even joking. We might have lost this game. I wouldn't have been able to deal nearly as much as I did to the E4. Wouldn't have been able to kill that Type 57 Heavy. Wouldn't have been able to punish that Bat Chat at the end there. It's just, I mean, look at the damage I was outputting in this game. If we go to efficiency, I was able to take 1,000 off the Type in a matter of 3.5 seconds. I was able to take 1,300 off the Bat Chat, 1,600 off the E4, only exposing my tank once. I mean, what's the disadvantage? Let's make our way to the other battle. Here we are on Yukon. This game lasted about 2.5 minutes from me getting in position. And once again, you're just going to watch the 57 Heavy not care. It's just going to drive into the front line. I'm going to literally get heshed for 1,300 by a 183. And pretend it was the opposite. Pretend I was in a Concept, right? 183 heshes me. I deal 380 damage to him. He backs up. He's still alive with the majority of his health left. You know what happens in a 57 Heavy if you get heshed by 183? You hit him back for 1,200. He has 600 health left. You still have half your health left. He loses that trade. It is that simple. Again, autoloaders just win. To very simply put it, after update 9.1, every tank that was previously bad is now good. The Badger is now stronger. The E6 is now stronger. Every tank that had a disadvantage that was kind of poor got better. And all the autoloaders got better. So what happens is that your teams fall apart so quickly that you can't do anything to counteract the teams falling apart. We're up to 1,430 damage already. If I was in a concept already in this situation, I would be at 800 damage. And that would be it. Maybe I'd get another shell into the 183 now. I mean, that's it. I'd be at maybe 1,000 damage at this point. Where, if I'm in a 57 heavy, I can just say, oh, look, there's a 183. Oh, look, there's a tracking shell. Oh, look, there's another shell. That's 700, 800 hit points we just took off of him. Now we're up to 2,183. Guess I've only got 12 seconds left before my reload's back. That's as simple as it is. So, if you want my opinion, I don't believe the Concept 1B is overpowered anymore. It's not, because tanks like the 57 Heavy literally laugh in its face. Sure, there are tanks that are really strong. I still believe the 60 TP is really dang strong. I still believe that the Concept is really dang strong. There are still really good strong tanks out there. But it's just very simply put, you can do a hell of a lot better in an autoloader than you can do in almost every other class. Right now, we are sitting at 2,906 damage per minute. I have the potential to bring myself up to 4,000 damage in 5 seconds, but not even 5, because I've got shell reload boost. So watch this. There's an enemy grill. I have 700 health. I put on my shell reload boost. 1, 2, 3. Now, unfortunately, those shells low rolled. Every single one. On average, that grill would have died. I still did 4,000 damage. That is so stupid. So, that's my opinion. Autoloaders have destroyed the game. In Update 9.1, I think this game's balance has gone out of the window, and I'm no longer going to be playing single-shot vehicles that rely on your team to survive long enough, because autoloaders negate that. So, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you take this advice, and yeah, Wargaming, I hope you realize that you've literally destroyed a huge portion of fun that exists in this game. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.